properties of the CVS. And tonight, I believe we have with us on Zoom is Trey Hart, Jordan Brewer, and Terry Douglas. And we're certainly glad to have you guys with us tonight. And I believe what we have to do tonight is approve. Did you get any additional letters or comments or anything today?
I did not, Mayor.
Did not. So what we have to do now is just.
So I think for the record, Councilman High is going to.
Request as usual, speaking of the record, I sound like a broken record, but I just need a motion and a second, a vote.
We need to have a motion and a second tonight since we did recuse him in the meeting last night, and this is just
Yeah, I think
reconvening the meeting.
I think you're correct, and I'll step aside, yeah, because we didn't we just recess it?
Yes,
Yeah, so
that's correct.
for all technical purposes, we're in the same meeting,
Yes.
so I'll step aside.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor Stone.
Thank you.
Mayor, would you like me to kind of summarize?
Please, if you
Okay.
will.
So we're back tonight because under COVID and our meeting yesterday, the rules do not allow you to take action on items that you held public hearings on. And so tonight, we're asking for you to consider adopting the resolution to close the portion of the alley and the Paper Street, Hughes Street, that runs along the railroad. That's one resolution. And then the second resolution, which you also conducted a public hearing on last night, was on authorizing the exchange of property. The town would exchange the portion of existing Batham Road, and then we would give that land to the developer, and then the developer will improve the newly aligned Batham Road and give that to the town. And so you would need to have motions and discussions and then vote on those two things. But before you do that, you'll recall that at the meeting last night, Councilman Dixon asked about the developer's intentions regarding the use or the protection of the house, Martin Parker's circa 1900 house that is on the property that the developer has acquired. And they have agreed to give the town, if they end up selling the property, or when they get a contract, if they decide to sell it, if they get a contract on it, they will give the town 1 year to try and put together a plan to move the house. And that 1 year coincides with the rules that we follow in the historic district about trying to save historic homes. And the Historic District Commission generally gets a year, or they do get a year if they want to prevent a house from being demolished. And so we're grateful for the developer agreeing to that. And in addition, you know that Councilman Dixon had been working with us to get the best possible design of the CVS, and the architect, each time we asked, made changes, and he's asked for additional changes that the developer has agreed to make, architectural, to change or improve architectural or add architectural features on the North Broad Street facade and on the facade, the front facade of the building, as long as those changes do not result in structural changes. So we're grateful for that agreement, and Trey is on the phone, and we've been talking back and forth today. So Trey, do you have any comments? Did I characterize or capture the agreement accurately?
Yes, I believe you did, and good evening, everyone. And yes, we have agreed to both of those things and are happy to do so.
Do we need to take any further action on that as
I would say, that you would add those two items, you would have to do a separate motion and vote to add that to the conditional use permit. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you want to tie it to the property exchange, because that's totally different.
I got a question. Being that house is 2 stories, how are they gonna move it?
They can move anything. They can move anything. They might not, we might not be able to save it in the end, but we're gonna try.
So, we have experience in Edenton moving 2-story houses.
Yeah. I mean, the Barker house got moved.
I bought a bungalow had a deal to buy a bungalow from Davis Hardware. And they told me that I had to cut top off.
Yeah.
And I knew if I cut the top off, I wouldn't have nothing but a box.
Yeah. It just depends on the light poles.
So it could be a whole lot of wires moved and all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe. It just depends. We have to see.
Well, we're not dealing with that
Yeah.
tonight anyway, so.
But they moved the Barker house down here without.
So,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola bottles didn't fall off.
Yeah. 4 Coke bottles didn't fall off.
Okay, Sambo, would you like to make that motion?
Okay, so I move that we add as a condition to the conditional use permit that upon the sale of the Martin Parker house and lot, that the town have a year to secure a buyer for the house and a year to move it.
So it was, what we agreed to was when they had a contract.
When they have, when they have a contract.
We have a
Yes,
year.
we have a year after
get it
they have
done.
a bona fide contract for the sale. And then also that they will continue to improve the Broad Street and Virginia Road facades with architectural upgrades that do not cause any foundational
Structural.
work. Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Okay, no discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, Mo, you have your motion.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, we need a motion and a second to close the portion of the street. As we had talked about last night, again, that all of this is pertaining to the CVS project.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, the second one was on the second public hearing we had last night, authorizing the exchange of the properties for the movement of Baton Road.
So moved, Mayor.
So moved, we have a motion and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? Motion carried. And I believe that concludes our,
Vote.
oh, we need a vote, okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Negative. Motion carried. And I believe that concludes our business for tonight. So with that, we'll,
Say thank you to CBS.
okay, thank you guys for, agreeing to join us again on the second night. Trey, all of your folks, Jordan Brewer and Terry Douglas, we certainly appreciate your joining in with us tonight, having to do all this because of COVID. So thank you,
And we appreciate your investment in Edenton.
Thank you.
and good luck.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good luck with the,
Thank you all as well.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are adjourned.
Okay. We're good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, back.